Yes, it worked. So thank you for having me here. I'm virtual or maybe personal here for the first time, for the fourth time. Started here in 2019. Today I have a topic that I brought with me about smart project management. Hopefully at the end you will have less a definition what I understand about smart project management, what my understanding is about smart project management, and therefore I will guide you through. Just a few words about myself. Maybe you know from the documentation that I work for Siemens. I have two roles within Siemens. The first role is driving digitization of project business. So what I do, I drive digitization of project management, project business within the company and outside of Siemens. So for external ones and. This is the new, let's say, Siemens empire we have. We restructure a little bit, and so I work inside and outside. The second role is definitely something you mentioned before, Adish. All project contracts we do with a certain level above 300 million euro and with first kind of technology during the bid phase are coming across my and the desk of my team. So we spent an additional analysis for these kind of contracts, just not have the same failures we had in 2014. I'm not sure if you remember that. In 2014 we had around about 12, let's say, large scale or mega projects which gone south in that days. So since then we started definitely looking a bit more carefully in early phases, and that's also one of my roles. What I have today here is more or less about the digitization function I have, and that's why I'm still here. Saying that, in the first time I have been here, I talked a little bit more about creation. Is it? I have an echo. Is it okay that I stand here? Okay. In the second year, it was more or less project bionics, how we can learn from bionics and connect it to project management. So there's a world out there called nature, and the evolution did a lot where we can take some advantages from. Last year, I talked also about mega projects, and I called them raw diamonds and raw X. And what I have heard today about mega projects is still the same. I believe that there is this raw diamonds in mega projects, but we have to be careful and take them as raw X, because at the end we all want to have this kind of benefits from them. And today I will step a little bit more in the area of smart project management. Taking you a little bit into this area, I will talk about few, but only 30 seconds about Siemens. Then framing a little bit the business challenges we have, the needed bridges, and then have 5 examples with solutions in that area, and then coming up with some kind of success factors in that area. So the most important information, let's say, I have framed here is maybe not in India. I'm not sure how he's organized over here, definitely not for 100%, but here we have Siemens India Systems, Siemens India Limited, I'm sorry, which covering all of these kind of things. On the rest of the world, we have Siemens Energy, Siemens Mother Company, Siemens AG, and also Siemens Healthineers. And also Siemens Energy, from my point of view, is an external customer. They are completely split from my point of view, and that's why I mentioned it over here. But they all have great and large projects, and in the last 25 years, I've worked more than 25 years for the company. I've also seen a lot of power plants and gas turbines and whatever. Where my passion comes is for something I mentioned over here. In the last week, there was an announcement, and I'm pretty sure this was the Indian press, that we won some kind of a contract for 1,200 locomotives. And I'm not sure that I calculated it right, because it was in the Indian press in rupees, and I'm pretty sure that is 2.3 billion euro, a huge contract. And this is the thing which runs for more than 10 years, building, I'm not sure, each year 100 locomotives. And this is one of the projects where, let's say, my passion starts, and where you also have to be careful in the beginning signing the contract if you do a contract for more than 10 years. This is the things where, yes, let's say, where I live for, just to state that. Today in the morning I saw also from Mr. Kumar, or Dr. Kumar, I don't know, I'm sorry for that, things, typical challenges in project management. There was an S-curve. And saying that, what you see here in the background, saying like unrealistic targets, objectives, having some kind of demanding timelines and the typical goals and poor communication, poor project management. These are, let's say, typical day-to-day challenges we have in project management. We don't have this in every project, but let's say each year we have new project managers, and I'm looking forward to have new project managers, but they also have to be trained. They need some kind of, let's say, good templates. They need some kind of education, and therefore sometimes we have the same challenges we had 5 years ago. In other words, you mentioned unlearning. Unlearning is still there everywhere. So that's why I say these are typical challenges and we have to address, especially in large project management. That's why I have them here. And what right now is much more important, or let's say not much more, but also important. Who here in the room, let's say, show me with your fingers from a scale from 1 to 5, has to take care on scarcity? So material shortages, product shortages, or maybe energy shortages. I'm with you, just a glimpse. Who of you in your project, in your company, is touched by scarcity of something? I can say 5. Thank you for this. So scarcity or maybe shortages is still a topic we never thought before 2 years ago. But right now, if you talk to German, let's say, car manufacturers, they have a lot of things to do regarding semiconductor scarcity. So it's really hard to deal which kind of car should get, let's say, the control system. If you work for Volkswagen, then maybe it's interesting, should the Porsche get the control system next one, or maybe the Skoda, or maybe the Golf, or whatever you have. So the question is how you balance this kind of things. Because you are there to make business. You have costs, running costs, and at the end you have to address this. And also in project management, in your project portfolios, we have to address this kind of scarcity, these interruptions in supply chains, and. So I will also touch these in the presentation later on.